This video will debunk just-in-time. Most companies cannot afford to do nothing whilst waiting for hard orders. Kaizen and reliably reducing setup time to improve model mix flexibility will always be a good idea. The astounding productivity improvements made by the Sony CD plant prove the value of Kaizen, and that reducing the batch size reduces the size of queues in front of workstations, which reduces the lead time. The extreme efficiency of the smart car factory is outweighed by the ridiculous same-day service level. Smart operate to replace stock sold from regional warehouses. This is not just in time. Here we have the classic trade-off between setup cost per part and excess batch size stock holding cost. Setup time reduction will tend to improve model mix flexibility, reduce unnecessary work in progress, and reduce lead times. Here we have reduction in batch size expressed as queue sizes. When batch sizes are large, queues are long, lead time is long. When batch sizes are small, queues are small, lead time is small. The ability to change what is done, the flexibility advantage to be responsive to new products, new markets, and changing customer demand, this is agility. Companies and supply chains must be capable of changing what is done. Flexibility takes four forms: product flexibility, model mix flexibility, volume flexibility, and delivery flexibility. New model introduction on a global basis is always aided by computer-aided design manufacturer CAD/CAM. Here is Sony's huge CD plant in Indiana, changing from 300,000 CDs per month to 27 million CDs per month. The Kaizen umbrella covers the 8 deadly muda, which are waste of motion, time delays, unnecessary transporting and material handling, making defects, over-processing, overproducing, storing inventory, and missed market opportunity. This data is from The Machine That Changed the World, data circa 1985. Die change times, Japanese Japan, 7.9 minutes. Die change times, all of Europe, 123.7 minutes. Here we have standard fireworks, which are level loaded. A similar amount of fireworks are made each working day, mainly full-time skilled workforce stock building for the Big Bang on the 5th of November. In all cases, we always have a trade-off between stock versus capacity, all to produce a customer service level at minimum total cost. Example fixed costs for standard: plant and machinery to make explosives and stars, safe finished product storage, and line rental on the phones. Variable costs: materials and fireworks, wages for skilled full-time and casual workforce, product interest costs. Now, there's something called break-even production volume and capacity utilisation. If the fixed cost is small, the revenue from sales revenue from products sold will cross the break-even point at a lower level of utilisation. If the fixed costs are high, the revenue from products sold will cross the break-even line at a higher utilisation. Now here we have a graph of new car UK registration in thousands produced by the SMMT, Society for Motor Manufacturers and Traders, which shows that for 1998, with one letter change, the total made in the year was 2,247,403, and the letter change peak was 490,000. In 2000, the total made was 2,221,670, and the largest letter peak was 350,000. Now a calculation can be done as follows. In 1998, 2,247,403 cars were registered, approximately 187,300 per month. The August letter change sales peak is some 490,000. Taking the calculation, in a big enough pure jet factory, this 100% capacity is 21.8% of the annual total. If 21.8% of demand is 100% capacity, then utilisation of the other 11 months is 100 times 7.1 over 21.8, which is 32.6% utilisation. The overall average for the year is 100% for the just-in-time plant, plus 11 times 32.67 divided by 12, which equals 38.2% average for the year. Now, break-even utilisation in such an automated plant with all these robots is likely to be greater than 80%. So, due to peaky demand caused by the registration letter change and high break-even utilisation caused by having many robots, such companies cannot operate just in time. They must be building models to forecast before the peak in a smaller plant. You have Smart Car. Micro compact car AG, originally a collaboration between Mercedes and Swatch. Cars are sold in lifestyle centres with multimedia customer options recycling. There's scope for personal customisation, design made for recycling. Easily detached and changed coloured plastic model panels. The design can be upgraded and repaired easily, and the objective is a lifetime customer. The lead time to dealer is less than 1 day from 5 inter-regional distribution centres. Some final assembly is done at the regional distribution centre before delivery to the dealer and to the customer in 1 day. And here we have an example of the website whereby customers can specify the smart car they want online. Here we have a description of the extreme just-in-time smart car manufacturing plant at Hambach. 70% of the material comes from 7 Hambach cyclic gate system suppliers. The 7 system partners sign contracts for the entire model life. 20% of material volume is delivered just in time by external system partners, and 10% of production volume comes from standard parts. 140 assembly stations in some 800 workers working 2 shifts at approximately 1.7 minutes at each station. The total assembly time is 4.5 hours per vehicle, which is only some 6% of total work content. The assembly plus folded up line, the distance between material and the assembly location is less than 10 minutes, and the individual branches are separated by cushioning stock by descriptions by about 10 minutes. The 6 main modules, including the Teraidon safety cell and the late fitting of coloured body panels, greatly eases the model programming problem. Smart. New model collaboration is done via CAD/CAM. The production process is also civilised by laying down a string of pearls 3 days before assembly is begun. This determines the order of jobs and the specifications of the smart cars to be built. The string of pearls is binding for all system partners, and the MCC as a logistical instrument. The lead time dealer is less than 1 day from 5 inter-regional distribution centres. Some customised final assembly at international region distribution centres before delivery to the lifestyle centre. The string of pearls is based on replacing what has been sold out of the international regional distribution centres, and there is scope for cannibalisation for unknown parts at the final distribution centre. So, here we have a summary. Standard fireworks must make to stock. You cannot possibly operate just in time. There are important fixed and variable costs involved in all situations. Companies will either level load or chase, and there's always a trade-off between holding stock and having real-time excess capacity. At 80% break-even utilisation, the demand peak can be up to 25% greater than the average. At 90% break-even, utilisation peak can be up to 11.1% greater than the average. But at 95% break-even utilisation, the peak can only be 5.3% greater than the average. At 60% break-even utilisation, the demand peak can be up to 66% greater than the average. So, a company like BMW, which has greater revenue per car, will cross the fixed cost per variable cost break-even point earlier in capacity utilisation than a company like Toyota or Ford. This means that a company like BMW has greater scope to operate just in time.